Let's use exponent rules to multiply. Problem 3a, the quantity -5a squared b all to the third power. We have a power of 3 on the parentheses, so we will use the power on the parentheses rule. Step 1. Apply the outside power to the number and each variable base inside the parentheses. We have the number -5 and the base a and the base b, and we are going to apply this power of 3 to all three of these, starting with the number. So we will write -5 in parentheses to the third power, a squared in parentheses to the third power, and b to the third power. How did we apply the outside power to the number and each variable base? We apply the outside power by taking the number and each variable base and writing each individual part inside a parentheses to a third power. Step 2. Evaluate the numeric factor. -5 to the third power is -5 times -5 times -5. -5 times -5 equals positive 25. And 25 times -5 is a negative 125. Step 3. Use the power on the parentheses rule on the variable factors. A to the second all to the third power. Power on the parentheses rule says that when we have a power on the parentheses, then we can multiply the two numbers. A to the 2 times 3 is a to the sixth power. B all to the third power. B does not show a power inside of these parentheses, which means that its power is the value 1. And using the power on the parentheses rule, we would get b to the 1 times 3, b to the third power. So -5a squared b all to the third power equals -125, a to the sixth power, b to the third power. How did we use the power on the parentheses rule? We use the power on the parentheses rule by multiplying the power inside times the power outside for each the a variable base and b variable base. Problem 3b. X to the fourth power times y to the second power all to the 10th power. Step 1. Apply the outside power to the number and each variable base inside the parentheses. So we're going to apply the power of 10 to x to the fourth power and the power of 10 to y to the second power. How did we apply the outside power to each variable base? We applied the outside power by taking each variable base with its power and writing that in its own parentheses to the 10th power. Step 2. Evaluate the numeric factor. The power of 10 is not being applied to any numeric factor, so we move on to step 3. Use the power on the parentheses rule on the variable factors. X to the fourth power all to the 10th power is x to the 4 times 10, x to the 40th power. Y to the second power all to the 10th power is y to the 2 times 10, y to the 20th power. How did we use the power on the parentheses rule? We use the power on the parentheses rule by multiplying the power of 10 to each power that was inside of our original expression, x to the 4 times 10, y to the 2 times 10 equals x to the 40th power times y to the 20th power. You are now ready to use the exponent rules to multiply for problem 4a and 4b.